լույս եւ ողջույն բոլորիդ գրգին անգամ գանտիվինք քիչմանքներն քիչմայրեն նորեն իրարվետ խառնելով գոսինք այսօր մի խոսիմ ավելի շատ այս COVID-19-ի ուրեմն հիվանդության եւ անոր հետևանքներու մասին in the past couple of months our direction and aim was to get the double vaccine or jab, and we were hoping that in due time we'll receive them, and once we receive them, that's it. Everything was going to be fine. Well, that's not the case. As we learn driving, for example, in order to get a license, but once we have the license, what we do? We forget about the rules because we have the license, or we follow the rules. Contrary, we have to follow the rules because everything depends on them. Everybody has to follow the rules, and everybody trusts on the other one. And in this case, as well, we have to trust on one another, given that we follow the rules. I understand that the past 3 months were very difficult for us. We have gone through much. The students, teachers, workers, parents at home, everything was changed. And we weren't prepared to take this hardship that long. But now that we have the freedom, again, freedom comes with certain regulations. It's not just absolute freedom. On last Saturday and Sunday, when I saw people at the seashore with so many numbers, I was frightened. We have to be careful. And even the government is predicting that in the coming days, the number of afflicted with COVID-19 will go up, which means that we have to be careful where we go, who we meet, and how we behave ourselves. I appreciate the fact that the government is allowing people to go to restaurants, to pubs and cafes, where everybody had to have the double vaccine, the double jab. Only then they can enter it. That's fine. But nonetheless, I'm pretty sure there will be some who are against receiving the jab and who will mingle with people without knowing that they themselves first make life difficult for themselves, because those who have received vaccine, we know that not that they will be immune from the COVID-19, but even if they got it, they have more chance to survive and fight and take it easily, rather than those who haven't got it, who can even, as we've seen, can lose their lives. So I understand we have finished one phase of way of life, and now we are getting to use to next one, which we think that it's our regular way of life, but nonetheless that will take some time. And I'm thankful to the government in a manner of way of saying that we are taking everything by stage. Not everybody suddenly going to work or everybody rushing to school. So it will be a gradual improvement, if we can say, to a normal way of life. And for a while, even, it will not be a normal way of life. Till things will get to regular, God knows how long it will take. In all this, I understand the worries, the uncertainty of the future, who to trust, what to do, what to expect. The uncertainty is the worst thing in human nature, because we would like to have clearly in our minds what's going to happen to us. If we are going to work, if we're on the streets, if we're going to shopping, we have to feel securely, so that we know that when we return home, we don't bring with us virus or its results in a way. So in all this, what we do as Christians, where Jesus is in all this, Well, one thing we know that Jesus said that Christianity is a way of life, and it not be an easy way of life. Not everything is fine. Not everything is good once we have received Christ in our hearts. There will be difficulties. There will be turmoil. There will be hardship, which we have to overcome. And to overcome that, we're going hand in hand with Christ Himself, with our Lord. Because He put up with many difficulties, sufferings, and hardship, and eventually He gave His life. But He gave His life for a purpose, so that we, the followers who will come after Him, that we feeling secure with Him, that He will be there all the time to guide us, to help us, to lead us, to show us the way, so that we can trust Him, knowing that He is the Lord, that He is victorious, that He overcome the world, Hachtetz Ashkarin. So it is important for us to have that trust and never to forget to pray. Whenever we are in need, we have a very special plus from the rest of the world, because we can pray. We can ask for His help. We can ask for His guide. Whenever we are not certain, whenever we are weakened, we can turn to Him, and He will be the source of the power, which He will give us the wisdom to go straight with the light towards the light. So I hope and wish that during these coming days you will be careful. Yes, we have our freedom, but even that freedom would come with a certain with a certain responsibility. Gradually we have to learn, because before, just to give my example, just a while ago, I was talking with Zephyr and I said, if things get to normal, it will not be easy for us to choose whatever time we want to have this talk with you, because I'll be having responsibility when I open my telephone and they see I have so many meetings and council meetings or people coming to see me and so forth. So I'll be busy, so I cannot freely say, oh, it doesn't matter, when you come, I'm available for you. So you see the change. You see the discipline. We have to put ourselves back to our previous way of life, which means that every hour, every minute almost is scheduled. You see, we are changing our way of life from one of total and absolute almost freedom in a way to do whenever you do, whatever you do during the day, to the previous way of life where everything was scheduled by timing. We have duties, responsibilities, work towards our children, towards our family, shopping, buying, everything had to be rescheduled. So that's, again, puts us in a new way of life, which we have to take it gradually, and hopefully that we'll take that, we'll be able to adopt, because human nature, this is very important. The fact that we as humans survived all illnesses, all way of life, throughout the ages, because we managed to adapt. Today, again, we have to be able to adapt to this new rules and regulations, what life brings to us. So my advice will be to you, enjoy your freedom, but be careful, because it comes with responsibility, and take it step by step. Even our church, as we are opening the church, we're not going to open altogether for all. Even the government has said that all those only who have received the double vaccine, they'll be allowed to gather together as much freely as much possible. So the same applies to the church as well, where people are gathering. So we would like to see our people in big numbers in the future, but gradually. So we'll give, obviously, the chance to those who have received the double vaccine, and I'm pretty sure as time goes by, all those who have received the first vaccine will get the second one, and God willing, in more or less in 10 days probably, will be 80% as a people, as particularly in New South Wales, will be achieving that 80% so-called security or aim goal, which will allow much more freedom. But again, my advice will be for those who haven't received the vaccine. If the majority, 80% of the people have received the vaccine, I'm not saying 80% are stupid or they don't know what they are doing with their lives. Simply I'm saying that at least many doctors, scientists have spoken about this, that there is nothing, obviously any medicine is not absolutely perfect. Always there are some side effects. So we have to know that. But knowing that, we have to balance between the good and the evil. Because if you receive the vaccine, we secure ourselves. All other words that they will change our cells, or they will make us important, or they will create a problem for women to bring children, all these are hearsay. I'm not saying these vaccines are 100% secure, but what I'm saying that they will help us to pass this phase so that we can go gradually back to our normal way of life. As while the epidemic will be around for much longer, and millions and upon millions of people will die till the human nature, which has the power in itself to adapt, it will adapt eventually. But in the meantime, what this is doing for us, as in the flu shot one is given, it's not that we'll not have a flu, but any flu which we'll be receiving, we will be able to fight. That's why it's preparing. That's why the flu shot is. The same for this vaccine. So I hope that the majority of the people will adhere to this caution and receive the vaccine for the benefit of not only themselves, of their families, of their loved ones, and of the society. So let's enjoy our freedom with responsibility and pray God whenever we need for all the good things which He had showered us with. And thank you.